Good morning and welcome back to another wonderful day in Koh Chang. However, today we are doing something slightly different. Well, we have a truck to fix, don't we? Yes. And well, we've waited a couple of weeks to get all of our parts, and finally, this morning I picked up my tools, which was the final piece of the puzzle. So I've actually managed to pick up a few bits off the locals, which is fantastic. I didn't really want to have to buy this sort of equipment, heavy duty stuff that I'll only use once. But the spanner set and everything, I've actually managed to pick up a nice Blue Point set, which was only around 10,000 baht, 200 English pounds, it's all right. So we've actually got service kit and all the parts to fix the truck. I will put every single item in the description if you are interested, how much it costs to fix the truck. First off, we're going to put the old one off of these and then try and straighten up the front end a little tiny bit, get this on. We're not going to worry about the servicing to start off with. Try and get the thing roadworthy. No point in doing the service if the thing's trashed, is it? Right, I think it should be all right. Like I say, if you want to know, links are going to be in the description on pricing. Not that expensive. And we are on an island, so delivery is a little bit more. Right, ciao. Alright, well we're off to a good start, aren't we? Basically, we've got kids running around at the moment. Don't worry about that too much. But the car won't start either. Basically, we had to lend the battery out yesterday for somebody else's, her brother's car, to get started. And nicely, they've obviously jump started it and then chucked our battery to one side. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is sort that out, I guess. Alright, fortunately someone had just put the terminals on a little bit loose. Give it a wiggle and it came on. Welcome to Thailand, eh? Alright, well this is an absolute nightmare trying to get the truck in here. As you can see, it's rather smoky, and oh, we've got a kid coming to say hello. What a light. Now she's in a mood. Alright, well, we've kind of got it in the shade. It's not exactly where I want it, but all we're going to do is rip the front off to some degree, and then we're going to have to try and pull this front out. But as you can probably tell, I need a drink. Oh, and by the way, I might be changing shorts 2 or 3 times today. Reason being, it is so hot. It's 37 on the fan, and it's, what, 10 o'clock in the morning? So I just had to run out to get the grinder. We need this to grind these off right here. But I don't know if you're wondering about what it's like on the island for getting things like this, because we had no discs. The person that borrowed this off didn't have any discs, so I had to go and get some discs. So here you go. So we are currently fixing the truck, and we've had to come out to get some cutting discs. And well, what's it actually like at the hardware shop here in Koh Chang? Well, you can get Worth products. You can get everything that you possibly need. You get Makita stuff. And what just impressed me is you can actually get, which is on the shelf, new bearings and gears for your Makita stuff. Absolutely fantastic. Looks like I've just cracked my screen on my phone, which is why we're getting a load of glare. Apologies for that. Didn't realise I'd done that. Anyway. Well, you actually can't complain at that, can you, for, you know, the hardware shop on an island. Like I say, it's quite old school how you can actually get parts for your grinder if you need to. Back in the West, we just throw everything away and get a new one. So yeah, it's quite sad really. Anyway, let's get this off. Well, you can laugh all you want about my eye protection, but at least I've got something on. Gifty's dodgy sunglasses. Well, at least it's something. It beats the grinding in shorts. I've not done that for a while, I have to say. But that is them off. And they were soft alley. In fact, they're going to snap at the top. We'll put some different brackets on there probably. Right, coming off now. Well, I'm not going to lie, these are going like bullets. They have never, well obviously they've never come off because the car's never had a crash. But, oh, they're tight. Not too bad because I've only got a standard ratchet on it, but I forgot to get some oil, didn't I? Gifty might be giving up some kitchen oil as well. Bless her. She's give up her sunglasses. She's give up one of her old dresses as rags. Probably could have used one of my old t-shirts, but never mind. Right. See how we get on here. Right, well this is the final bolt. That's it. Let's see if it's going to come off. I think it's going to need a good clout with a hammer. And so your ears, yeah, that ain't going to move that easy, is it? Let me get the hammer. So the main problem that we've actually got is, like I say, these bolts have splayed out. So if I try and just drag it off, it's going to absolutely destroy all the threads on here. I don't want to do that. Yes, you can put nuts and bolts through it, really, but we might be putting it straight down the middle, get that side off, work with that side. Might be the best thing to do. Well, it really couldn't be any more typical, could it? Luckily, I got two blades because this one just won't reach anymore to get into the back piece. Does look like I'll be able to just do one line straight through and not have to worry too much about cutting a big chunk out the front, which, I'll be honest, in shorts, it's a bit boring. I could put long pants on, you're right, but what's the fan saying? 37.5. It's worn that. Don't I look funky in them things? Anyway, right guys, we've managed to get through it, and hopefully, there we go. That's one side off. That was a bit easier, wasn't it? See how that side's not too bad, but this side is rather twisted up and bent, so what the plan was is to hopefully be able to do that. Next is we're going to try and get this straight. I don't know if you can see that, but if I'm trying to get this straight now, because I can't get anything through here, it'd be good to get something through here and actually pull it. It's not going to happen, so I'm going to give it a few whacks with the hammer, see how strong this actually is. The threads are all still good on everything, which is very important. And I'm not sure if you can see this little red or big red thing here. That's a massive D-shackle, and that's what we're going to be doing next. After some lunch, we're going to be pulling that out. I need to move the car. I put the D-shackle in, well, last night when I went and picked the bits up off the local guys. So yeah, give this a little bit of a hit, see if anything moves. Check that out. What do you think? That has to be better than before. It's almost plumb, that. And then the other one, that's not too bad either. We've sorted that out a little bit, but unfortunately these were spot welded on, and I just gave it a little tap and it come loose. So I'm not sure if that's going to get changed for a nut and a bolt. Doesn't really matter at this point, to be honest. Anyway, that's that done. We're stopping for lunch. Told you it was a big D-shackle, didn't I? That's what we're up to next. Let's see what we're on for lunch. I'm intrigued. Let's find out. She's been cooking in the kitchen, bless her. She is here. Look.
It's you.
Oh.
Might be in like funny shape, but
Hey, that's proper,
it's
that, isn't
home
it?
cooked.
That home-cooked pie in Thailand. So what's funky about it? What's the twist? Why is it not traditional English?
I don't know. Is it traditional English? It's
Well,
curry, chicken curry.
Chicken curry, it can't get more traditional. I think that's our traditional dish these days. Right, I'm going to sit down. Oh, they're getting warm, aren't they? Right, my fingers aren't used to that at the moment. Just been holding metal. Right, that's all right. Good.
Yeah.
Lunchtime. See you in a bit. Well, I'm not going to lie, guys. Those pastries are absolutely amazing. But if I want to continue working, I can't eat the third one. I will die. Little one's having a little play. She loves it. She's on the other side of me. Right. We'll definitely have to make these in one of the little cooking videos, I think. How about that, yeah?
Yep.
Sound. Really easy, she said. Alright, I'll get back to work, eh? So, a slight change of plans since having lunch. And basically, I think it's probably a good idea to put the new piece on here, or at least try it and get the 4 bolts on. So sorry if you hear a screaming child in the background. She doesn't like having her hair washed, and Gifty's just giving her a good shower. So, what we need to do is try this on here. I've actually not tried this on, so hopefully it sort of fits. Oh, that doesn't fit that well. Yes, it does. Oh, there we go. That's all right. Right, so that does fit on there. Get a couple of bolts on. And my idea or theory with putting this on is if anything does want to move, the chassis is at least not going to move, if that makes any sense. I can't imagine the chassis on a Toyota Hilux moving before the other thing moving, put it this way. What I'm actually going to strap this to try and keep it straight is probably going to fail before the truck. That's the truth. I don't know if you can see from there the beam behind me. My theory is to try and use that. In my head, this all was going to work like really, really easy, but I'm so used to having more tools and more facilities, so it is a bit tricky, I'm not going to lie. Right, get this strapped on. Alright, so we've got it on. These two are good. The one that I actually knocked and was loose, that's actually tightened up really well. The one next to it has actually got a little bit of thread damage on there, so I need to work it on, off, on, off, on, off. And as you can imagine, in this temperature, it gets hot really, really fast. So that I will do slowly but surely over a bit of time. Or I'm going to knock it out and put a nut and bolt in it. Even touching that is mad hot. Right, so next what we're going to do is the D-shackle through here. And we're going to try and pull it straight. And like I say, we're going to try and use this metal bar. So we need to move the truck. Alright, so yeah, anyone that's slightly observant as well, or knows anything about cars, trucks, she smokes and it's coming out the breather. I know it's not good. It's got one cylinder that slaps around like... The idea is, set up here, see how we get on. We have got the D-shackle in place here, if you can see that. We have got this on here to a fashion. The one thing I didn't check is if this will actually go around the D-shackle. Just. Alright guys, well we have literally just stuck some rocks under the tyres because I'm pretty sure she's going to try and move, to be honest with you. But the weather is a bit in and out here. We keep getting the sun coming from one direction, clouds and rain coming from the other. It can't make its mind up. It's moving. I can see that it's moving. I think, actually, I'm going to get another camera and see if you guys can see down here. Right guys, well we've still got super high tension on here at the moment. It's actually pretty safe. I'd be very, very surprised if it was to slip off or anything. The only thing that's going to fail is either this post, which I'm getting a bit worried about, to be honest with you. This post comes down, well the whole roof comes down above my head and the truck's a bit, well, toast. Anyway, it's come back to pretty much straight now already. The angle and everything must have been pretty much perfect, but it's only straight. And with metal, you do usually have to over stretch it a little bit so it will go back to sort of straight. Now I am going to let a little bit of tension off and see how far back it goes first before I over bend it. Don't want to stress it in the wrong direction, do we? So release a bit of tension and see where we're at. Well, I can see why when I picked this thing up it was in a bucket of oil. It's an old thing and it is a nightmare to keep turning, but how straight are we? It's not bad, you know. It is not bad at that. I think we should have done it a bit more. That's the truth though. Just a little bit more. So yeah, this kind of, it's come a lot straighter, but it does look like it's still back a little tiny bit. So we'll try and pull it just a little bit further. It would be better if we could have this up here pulling, but this will only fit in this place. It's the only position it will only just get in there. So I guess if I had that further up, I'd be able to, yeah, maybe. Now what we've done, as you can see, is hired the shackle or winch or whatever you want to call this. We want to stretch it a little bit more or overstress it a little bit more. That's higher, which means it's not pulling into the ground anymore. So it is actually a little bit easier just to skip across those rocks and on the floor. Pulling it down is a little bit, well, it's better, that's all. Right, stand back. I can't. Watch my toes, I'm in flip-flops. All right, well that is it guys. There's some serious tension on here. I'm done. I don't want to put any more stress on here. This is a weld right above it and it's all super sketchy. It's kind of straight. The only problem I've got, I think the bolt might be bent. So I'm going to let all the tension off, get all this off and actually see what the real problem is here. Sorry, I've stood in an ant's nest as well. I'm getting bitten alive down here. Didn't realise. All part of being in the jungle. Yep. Right, this is a bit sketch. So we have got the front end of the truck kind of straight. This is the new piece, and this, although it's got a dent in it, is actually kind of straight now. Not too bad. So there's not that much more that I want to do to it, other than change the bottle inside. I'm going to do that, and probably change a couple of filters because we had an aircon problem, and well, I'll put the video in here now. Yeah, it's up in here. You take this cover off, and if you look at this, if you have a look on top of there, check that out. It almost looks like a bird's nest or a rat's nest or a mouse nest, I'm pretty sure. It could be a mouse nest. It could be a mouse nest, to be fair. Yeah, I think I'll scoop this out and go and wash my hands. Right, welcome to maintenance on cars in the jungle, I guess. It was definitely some kind of nest, by the way. Look at how bad this is. This filter is probably the worst pollen filter I've ever seen in my life. But can you see the remnants of the little beasties that were in there? We've got about 4 or 5 little mice. Little tiny baby ones, unfortunately, that never made it out. How weird's that? So there we go. Hopefully now I'll test the aircon and see what it's like. Come and have a look at this. It's quite interesting to say the least when someone told me there was an aircon problem. And it had apparently had a service. Oh yeah, so the service on this one, I'm not going to do it right now because it did have a service 5.5 months ago, oil and filter, but that was all they did. So I'm not going to do the oil and filter, but I am going to do all the other filters. So without further ado, let's crack on with that bottle. And actually, one of the things was the bonnet was completely out of line before when it crashed. Over here there was like a really small gap, and over here there was a big gap. Now that has closed up a little bit, so I am in hope that a few things have straightened up a little bit. Alright guys, so even though there is quite a lot to do at the front end of this, like I say, the one thing I want to do is change this bottle. So yeah, unfortunately you guys don't actually know about this dodgy repair that went on, but the car basically spewed its guts up at Macro, and I had to go up with basically some chewing gum and not a lot else. It was actually the cooking stuff that we use for our other cooking programs. So I went up and I actually had to get this bottle away from the pump because, well, it cut a big hole in it basically. I think I've got a video off my phone of that. And I then had to melt it all together, remove the plastic on the bottle, and yeah, just get it back on basically. I've ordered a new bottle, so let's see if a new bottle goes on and it holds water pressure. That's the plan. So we got that one off. A little bit of a fiddle down here, but not too bad. Working on these trucks is a bit of a bonus than being rather large. Right, so this one's going on. Make sure there's no bungs in it. Looks alright. Will it fit without touching that? That's the question. So we've got the bottle changed over. That is actually quite easy. What's that taking? Well, not long at all. 2-3 minutes. Can't believe I did not have the video. Well, the video doesn't work for the recovery of this. It was absolutely hilarious. So where is the old bottle? Here it is. Right, check this out. So funny. If you look at that, can you see the mess that it is? So basically, I hot knifed the bottle back into shape. There was a big groove where a pulley had spun a hole in it. So yeah, I just cooked it back into shape. I knew that it wasn't a good idea, but you can see that I scraped plastic from here all the way from a wide way back over, and then yeah, it was only a 20-minute drive back home. So, oh wow, now just get that all over my face. I forgot how black these things are. Right, water tie wrap next. So you might be wondering why I'm only putting water in it, and that's because we haven't got any, and I want to make sure that we've got some good stuff, basically. I'm going to test it, and then we've got a couple of filters to do, and I'm going to call it for tonight. We're doing the air filter, just changing that. I thought it was going to be super easy and a very quick time lapse, no messing around. But as always, you find stuff, don't you? Look at that, it's actually loose. The clamp holding it on, I know it's only on the low pressure side of the turbo, but this thing's blowing 22 psi or something. It's ridiculous. Like, our brother's pimped it up, that's why we've got so many problems with it sometimes, but it's got some grunt, I'll give it that. Anyway, yeah, I need to sort this out, so I need to get down there. The light's fading really quick, so actually down there I can't really see anything. So that's that air filter replaced and actually fixed. It's a little bit of a nightmare. That's why I'm doing the servicing now on our vehicles. I did say when I came here I would never even look at buying tools or doing anything myself because things are so cheap, but unfortunately people are just not doing anything themselves or doing anything right. Anyway, that's that done. I mean, Thailand's dirty, but was that replaced 5 months ago? I don't know if you can actually see anything there. We've gone a bit dark. It's getting on. So what have we actually done? We've got the washer bottle. We've got the bottle changed. We've got the front changed. We've got it pulled out. We've changed a couple of filters, and it's like 6:30 at night or something. So we have got a bit done, but I'm not going to even bother pulling it out. It's going to go dark here within 20 minutes, believe it or not. And getting this thing in and out of here is a pain in the butt. There's a little bit more work to do to it tomorrow, and road testing it is kind of pointless. So yeah, headlight has just turned up, but it's all the way up in White Sand, which is where she's working tonight, so she's going to bring it back. Anyway, until tomorrow, ciao ciao. Are you going to sing for me? No, you're going to shoot. I thought you were going to be nice. 10?
10?
Hey! Oh, she's 3 and she is super clever. What's this?
Lollipop.
Hey, Saudi cap.
Lollipop.
Well, I plugged my ears with some bits of tissue, and now I am completely deaf. So I don't know if you can hear me if I'm screaming, shouting, or any of the above. But this might be where the smells come from in the car. There was a bit of a smell in the car, and I kept saying, that doesn't smell great. I'll take a photo of this so you can see a bit more of a close-up. Wow, this is ridiculous.
Working in the cold or working in the heat?
I don't really know.
Which one you prefer?
My answer was, when it gets too cold, I can't work because my fingers stop working, so there's not a lot I can do. But right now, I'm going to have to take a break again. I'm hoping to get this off, but I'm knackered, absolutely knackered.